Ready to go? I don't like how she's talking about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special night for a very special person. As you can see, we have some handsome young men lining up with their red roses, getting ready to welcome our esteemed celebrants. So let's just stay tuned. At any moment now, she's going to be making her grand entrance. Okay, let's welcome Miss Pearlene, our esteemed celebrant. Yes, let's just stand to give her a round.
Come on, everybody, you can do better than that. Let's give them a big round of applause. We got the first rose, the second rose. Come on, guys, as she passed, give her a big hug and a kiss. Rose number 3. Okay, we got the 4th rose, the 5th rose, 6th, 7th. Come on, guys, you can give her a bigger hug than that. 8th, 9th. We're up to the 10th rose. And one more.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a round of applause. In the meantime, everybody say, aww. Isn't she wonderful? God put her on this earth to do many things. She's one of God's chosen. Celebrating 70 years on this wonderful earth. She's surely a lady's soul. Living class and flames. God was a lady, a lot of love.
see a pearl with a rose, 12 of them. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Yes, we're here to learn a thing or two. When I grow up, I just want to be like my sister-in-law.
And when I heard we were going to have a party for Mom's 70th birthday, I called Lisa and said, okay, when are we going to do this? So after about 10 calls, she got tired of me, so she says, you're involved, let's do this. But I met, my wife called her Sister Pearl, so I met her in 1988 in Rochester, New York, and she's been the same person since 1988. And that's the beauty of her. I mean, she has never changed. From the day I met her, she's treated me like a son. And she loved my kids more than she loves me now. And she's always told me to leave them alone. But my close to her is just for her being who she is. Nothing changes her. And too often we get changed by environment, people, everything. But as I call her, my wife called her Sister Pearl, but I call her Moms. And moms have never changed, and that's the most precious thing about her that I love, and I continue to love, is that she never changed. And all the kids here, especially, I want you to look to your grandmother as an example of the person that you can be from the time you're born till you're 70 years old. And she had, for me, she probably have another 70 years to go. But most important, I want you all to raise your glass and just say, I thank you for being in my life, Sister Pearl, Moms, Grandma, Sister, church mate, auntie, wife, sister, whatever she is to you. I just want you to look at her and say thank you. Happy 70th birthday. And hopefully we will see you in another 30 years. In the same spot. I love you and happy birthday.
Let the music play. Let the music play. Come on. I can't call her on the floor yet because it's not my turn. Is anybody hungry? Yes. Okay, grab your glass of water. Okay, so I think everybody have said almost everything that I had planned to say this evening, but I'm sure there's still a few more words for Aunt Pearl. So I'm going to go back a little bit in time and remember there's one bring up here tonight, and that's the one that's fond in my memory. Remembering Aunt Pearl in her white or blue nurse dress. How can you guys forget about that one? That's my fondest memory because that's what I remember. The other good thing about Aunt Pearl is what I remember is she's been a hard worker ever since I know her. And I mean literally a hard worker. we would come and visit, and whenever we come, Mel and I and the kids, the one thing she always say, when I better leave one room for Glenn and make certain say she and the kids, him and the kids have laid down. But the important part about that is Pearl would be up until 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night. And you wonder what in God's name she's doing. But she's working. She's either in the kitchen or in the bathroom or somewhere. And by 6 o'clock the next morning, she's ready to pass the water.
I am Philip's mother. I'm Lisa's mother. I'm Reynard's grandmother. And everything that was said about Miss Pearl is true. If Pearl go to her bed 9 o'clock in the night and she hear that me and Pinchy coming, she getting up and she going to fix something. Oh no, what am I going to give them for breakfast? What am I going to cook for dinner? And sometimes we even said to her, go to you. Even see when I came up, I told her, I said, go lay down. She in the kitchen. I've never come to New York and seen Pearl anywhere else but in the kitchen. Away from her. Pearl will get up in the morning and fix our breakfast before she go to church. You know, from the years that I've known her, that's how she is. You know, and I'm really glad for her. And Pearl, I thank you for your daughter, Lisa. Because whenever somebody asks me how many children I have, I say 4. And they look at me straight, I say, yes, I have Lisa, Pinchy, Philip, and Junior. Because Lisa has always been my daughter. You know, we move so good. Lisa called me anytime in the night, and we talk. You know, one day I was talking to Philip, he did something that I didn't like, and he said, oh, Mama, you're going like Lisa, you're pick me and me are the son-in-law. I said, yes, Lisa is my child, and you're the son-in-law. You know, I'm really, ever since I know her, we have a good relationship, and I mean to keep it that way. Happy birthday. I was in the emergency room Monday evening, and the children telling me that I really had to go because she couldn't come. But I said, no, I have to go. I really have to go, and I'm really glad.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me or who don't remember me, I used to be the little girl of by Sister C. I know God said that Auntie Pearl has 9 kids. It's really 10. And then I don't feel bad, but that's my favorite aunt, mother, grandmother, everybody in the world to me. As a little girl going to Auntie Pearl's house, I never leave without she putting something in my hand. When Uncle Cleveland going home working, if the kids get underwear 90, I'm getting underwear, I'm getting 90, I'm getting, it don't matter what it is. Anywhere she goes, it looks so bad as a grown up. When my daughter came over, instead of giving it to me, she put it in Morgan's hand. I'm like, it's like a habit for her. Whenever she sees me, she gives me whatever she has to give me. Sometimes I think her kids may be jealous because of the way she treats me. She never have anything bad to say about me. She's always talking about me, and it's this, and it's that. And I love my aunt. From now until the end of time. And I wish you many, many more happy birthday. I may not be in New York, but you're always in my thought. I talk about you all the time, and I love you.
Of course. Of course.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, my name is Violet Huntley, and I'm a friend of Pearl's, and my church sister also. We sit together in church in the same bench. We look up at each other. We talk almost every day. Sometimes I call her at work, but her cell phone, ask nothing about the ringing. She have it, you can't hear it, she can't hear it. She sits beside it and she really don't hear it. She have to look when she have a call. So she's one of my best friends. And I love you, and I just pray that God will bless you always and keep you in His care. God bless.
I'm Kamisha's first granddaughter. I was the only grandchild until
all of those.
I saw my grandmother come home with Omar. I would never come to New York. Would never ever come to New York if it wasn't for my grandmother and my grandfather. I love you, ma. First, I couldn't say grandma when I was growing up. Every time I said grandma, she said, no, I'm not your grandmother, I'm your mother. So I have to say mommy. She said, I'm not old enough yet to be a grandmother. So I have to say mommy, mommy, mommy. But all these kids call her grandma now, so I'm a little jealous, but I still call her mommy. And I love you, ma. I love you to death. And I love you too, my daddy. And I love all my aunts and uncles. I love you all. Thanks.
Okay. All right. I think we have heard it said in many ways. All the things that Pearl is to each and every person here. And at this time we're getting ready to eat, but we just have to shift things up a little bit. We are going to delay the cutting of the cake until after dinner. But we're just going to ask Faith at this time to just come and say a big thank you to those of you who have taken time out on this beautiful winter day. Isn't it nice? Yesterday we were having like, how many degrees was that? Like about 20 degrees. And windy, but today, look at the weather. So only from Miss Pearl, God ordered it specially for her. You know, so we're so happy about that. And then once Faith is done, we are going to welcome Miss Pearl and her special person on the dance floor just for a little appetizer. They're going to just show us what we have been for the rest of the night. So, Faith.
Good evening again. Hello. Thank you. As we opened, as Aunt Stephanie said in the introduction, she acknowledged all those of you who have come from very far and of course near. Toronto, Canada, Tampa, Florida, Philadelphia, and most sacred home, Jamaica, and definitely here in New York, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. If I'm missing any place, please forgive me. Texas is the house. Anywhere else? That's Canada. South Carolina's in the house. Anywhere else? Florida. Okay, Florida. All right. So we thank you all for coming. As you have, I gotta read this. We thank you for your every gestures and acknowledgement of saying happy birthday in your own special way to Sister Pearl. Your dedication, your time, sacrifices, and of course, weathering this weather. Thank you, Sister Lorna, for taking the helm to organize this beautiful and elegant affair or celebration. For all of those, for Monica, please forgive me for forgetting anyone else's name that helped Lisa. Definitely Guard, thank all my brothers and sisters who quickly answered to the call when Lisa said this needs to be done. Thank you, Mistress of Ceremony. And thank you, Antun, for servicing us with this beautiful evening affair. Have a good evening, everyone. Happy birthday to Pearl.
Altogether, how donkey years?
You want to be in the video for some reason.
So it's what, hand over hand? Right, so we're going to do a one. Can you remember it, Tina? All these years you have been practicing? Yeah. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hold it. Hold her up, hold her up, hold her up.
Look at the camera. Smile. Oh, no, yo. Look at the camera.
Good. Let's put our voice together. To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sister Pearlene. Happy birthday to you. And you know, in the island we have another version. We sing happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, dear Pearlene. Happy birthday. Okay, round of applause, applause, applause. Get some of these pictures.
I can't believe you leaving me. When there's so much wrong to say.